Hey there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault and welcome to my first ride review of the Suzuki Gixxer SF, the 2018 model. Now I'm doing this video because many of you kept requesting me to do this. Most of you already know that I've done the first ride review of the 2018 Gixxer Street Fighter, and you can watch that video by following the link in the description portion below. This is the Gixxer SF, the fully fed version of the Street Fighter model with the engine, the power, the torque and almost everything being pretty much the same. The SF now, just like its Street Fighter sibling, gets this new red and silver paint scheme for the year 2018. Now let's try and keep this a little different from my other regulation reviews. We'll start out by checking out the subtle differences between the Street Fighter and the SF. The first and the most obvious difference is the full fairing that the SF gets compared to the Street Fighter, and more importantly, the fairing is not just a marketing gimmick because the bike has been wind tunnel tested using the same method that Suzuki uses to test their GSXR range of sports motorcycles, including the Hayabusa. So the aerodynamics on this bike is absolutely spot on, thereby reducing the overall drag and allowing you to tap into the full potential of the sports motorcycle. We also get large air ducts on the front fairing that allow the air to channel through the engine compartment, thereby preventing the engine from overheating. Now one thing that differentiates the SF from the naked Street Fighter is the aluminium muffler cover that lends the bike a more premium look compared to the steel cover provided for the Gixxer Street Fighter. The dimensions are also absolutely identical for both except for the overall height, which increases for the SF because of the added fairing. The added fairing also adds in an excess weight of 5 kgs for the SF compared to the Gixxer Street Fighter, but in no way does it affect the performance of this bike. It in fact lends the SF more stability at higher speeds. Also, please note that the bike I am reviewing today is the FI ABS variant. The SF gets optional single channel ABS for the carbureted model as well as the FI model. Now this is not the case with the Gixxer Street Fighter. We still only get the rear drum or the dual disc variants for the Street Fighter. We don't get the FI variant, nor do we get the optional ABS variant for the Street Fighter as of now. Maybe Suzuki would introduce it later this year. We just need to wait and watch. So everything else like the wheelbase, the ground clearance, the tank capacity and even the seat height remains identical for both the Street Fighter and the SF model. So one might as well conclude that Suzuki have merely slapped on a fairing for the SF model, but mind you, the fairing is very effective in protecting you from wind blast, and as mentioned before, the aerodynamics are also bang on. Now when the Gixxer SF was first launched, it came across as the most affordable fully fed motorcycle. It was also exceedingly good in terms of performance, high speed stability, comfort, refinement and economy. Now this continues to be the case even now with this motorcycle. It's like a perfect all-round package, a bike that you can live with on a day-to-day basis. As per user feedback from owners who have owned this bike delivers nearly 50 kmpl if ridden sensibly, which is outstanding. Also, you can go touring on this bike. I have friends who own this bike who constantly keep going on long tours on their bikes, and they seem extremely satisfied with their bike's performance. Power figures wise, the 154.9cc engine puts out 14.8 PS of max power at 8000 rpm and 14 Newton meters of max torque at 6000 rpm. The bike gets a 5-speed gearbox. Now please note here that the power figures do not change and remain absolutely identical for the carbureted as well as the fuel injected. For the carbureted as well as the fuel injected variant, the high speed stability and the bike's ability to fend off wind blast, the smooth and refined engine that is completely void of any vibration up to speeds of 95 km per hour, the clean acceleration and the way the power is delivered in a sporty and engaging manner is what keeps the rider really interested all along. The bike offers a completely fatigue-free riding experience with a light and easy clutch feel, a smooth shifting gearbox and a light and crisp throttle response. Now this is the winning combination that has always kept the Gixxer SF well ahead of the pack. Also, the important updates it got last year with optional ABS for the carbureted variant as well as the fuel injected variant made it a more comprehensive and convincing package when compared to others in its price range. The Gixxer SF was the first bike in the 150 to 160cc segment here in India to offer optional single channel ABS. Its cruiser sibling, the Suzuki Intruder, got it last year, and now Honda have just recently released the Hornet 160 single channel ABS variant. Still, the Gixxer SF continues to be a blockbuster in terms of pretty much everything one hopes for in a bike. Even when we look around now currently, the R15 V3 I would say falls more in the performance and premium segment, and it is also priced far higher than the Gixxer SF. The X-Blade, the Hornet, the newly launched RTR 164V, the Pulsar 160 NS and the FZ version 2.0 are all street fighters, so it would be more appropriate to compare them with the Gixxer Street Fighter. Now this is where the Gixxer SF has something special on offer, falling almost in the same price range as the Street Fighters. With a slight increment in price, it tries to offer better road presence, better performance, better features with optional ABS and fuel injection, and also better fuel economy compared to even some of the Street Fighters currently available in the 150 to 160cc segment. Now getting back to the review, braking is truly confidence inspiring with the inclusion of single channel ABS. The chunky 41mm front forks offer a superb front end feel that allow you to glide over the potholes with consummate ease. Also the fat 140 section radial rear tire offers superior road grip on wet surfaces and even while tackling sharper corners on the track. Seat height is 780mm, which is ideally set to appeal to riders of all sizes. Ground clearance is 160mm, sufficient enough to clear the speed breakers in our city. Tank capacity is 12 liters, which when coupled with its fuel economy ends up offering a decent tank range. Mileage wise, if ridden sensibly, we can expect close to 50 kmpl from this bike. Price ex-showroom Hyderabad for this particular ABS fuel injected model is rupees 1,01,480, although the range starts from just rupees 91,301 for the basic model. So this wraps up my quick-fire first ride review of the 2018 Gixxer SF FI ABS variant. So that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless and ride safe.